Hello, everyone. This is Jeff Kirby with JMK Costuming and Show Design. Today we are talking show. I had a text message from a buddy of mine come through over the weekend. His question was, can you send me some ideas for our show? Of course, clubs are now getting ready for the 2027 Mummers Parade, and he wanted to send some concepts to his theme committee. So I asked my two initial questions. One, what's the direction you're taking your show in? And what I mean by that is any show concept. You've got your concept, but you could take that concept in 50 to 100 different ways. The ideas you have for a show going this way, in this direction, are going to be completely different than the ideas you have in a show going this direction. For example, 2 years ago, I sat in with a theme committee, like 2 meetings. I wrote them a beautiful show, absolutely beautiful. Right on par with what the judges want. Very different and unique from what all the other clubs are doing. This band chose not to go in that direction. However, they took ideas from the show I put together, put it into the show that they put on the street, and those ideas didn't make any sense at all. So you've got to know your direction. You've got to stay on your theme line. So that's number one. What's the direction? Number two, intent. What's the why? Why are you doing this theme? What are you looking to get out of this concept? What are you looking to pull out of it that is going to be unique? What's the reason why? Is it for a bigger show? Is it for club morale? Is it for to build for the future? These are the things you have to think of, and then you've got a strategy in place that's going to lead to success, right? Here's a few examples from my experiences a few years ago. 2017, I was with a club. They took my theme. They took the theme way off of the vision. It was a futuristic theme, but it was supposed to be like a 1970s disco-ish Lady Gaga meets Studio 54 type deal. Next thing I know, we've got cyborgs and robots, and it went off of the thread. It went off of the theme line. But what was the intent? Why did I push for this theme? Well, one, it was a fun music score to play, and it allowed for a lot of moving lines underneath of the melody. It allowed for kind of some funk, which was different, but some of that warm-feeling music that was identifiable, and just fun to play. Two, gimmicks. We had some big gimmicks. Had the banjo players coming in on jetpacks. There was a finale piece. I don't know if I should say it. Maybe one day they'll use that prop, and I'll get to that in a second. Well, let's get to that now. Of course, there were some gimmicks in there. But the big thing was that band had to break out of the small show mentality. So it was a go big or go home production concept. And what it did was on New Year's Day, that show was stacked with props, stacked. And we didn't have enough marshals show up on New Year's Day. So in the end, it acted as a wake-up call going into 2018. Okay, so it was more for band realization, club realization of, wow, this could be something. We could be something, right? That was 2017. 2018, I took over Drill, wrote the show. It was a Voodoo Gras, kind of a Mardi Gras type show. What was the intent behind that? Well, that was to take it to the next level with production, right? The captain at the time did incredible things. He actually, I'll never forget the first theme meeting after the 2017 parade. He was making it a mission to get marshals in and involved. And he succeeded like you wouldn't believe. So we were rolling with props, I think, in November because the marshals were there. They were involved. They were into it. Just great stuff. So that failure in 2017 led to great things in 18. Two, commitment to visual. Okay, so one of the things we learned in advertising was you may not win the pitch, but you can still win the client, right? And what does that mean? It's You may not have the best ideas out there, but you took the time, you cared more than everybody else. And if you go back and watch that production, 2018, the band ended up getting a 6th prize, which was huge at the time. Huge. That's what won it. It was those judges saw how much care was put into that show, I believe that band got points for things that weren't even there, weren't even on the street. I think they saw everything, and they said, we had our painter in August. He was painting props in August. We were just so ahead, and we cared. We cared so much. So that was the intent. Also, at the time, I don't think I mentioned this, I was big into bringing tradition of mummery back. What does that mean? Back pieces. With the modern day judges, you have to be authentic. So there's not many shows you could pick from where you can have a back piece and make it make sense. You've got Mardi Gras, you've got Rio Carnival. It kind of ends there. So that theme allowed us to have, what did we end up doing? 24 back pieces. Freaking incredible. It was awesome. Freaking awesome. So yeah, that band got 6th prize, I think, on will alone. Just the judges saw how much care was put into that show. That was intent. That band got 6th prize on intent. Okay. And the why. That's why they did it. 2020, I went and did a show for the Greater Overbrook String Band. It was a Mary Poppins theme. Now that show started out as a London Industrial Revolution theme that I have. But you've got to adapt to the circumstances. We had 12 saxophones, 12. And that theme just wasn't going to work. We were also celebrating the 70th parade of one of the former captains who was going to be captain that year. So I took that London concept, turned it into Mary Poppins, and then knowing we only had 12 horns, we had to get more creative, right? So how are we still going to get those points with 12 horns? So then we took a kind of a Broadway direction. So this way we could introduce acting and make it make sense and kind of fill some holes in to give some breaks in the music because we knew we weren't going to be strong musically. We knew it. We did different things. I brought the whole band up on a front platform. Again, we had a lot of vocal. I did a lot of staging with that show where at that time we were still seeing all shows come up the middle. Everything was up the middle. So I wanted to kind of flip the script and do a lot of staging with that show. We did that. We did a vocal as a walkout. So you've got to get unique with what you have. So that was the intent. That Voodoo Gras theme, that in 2018, highest points that band had earned since 1994. And this was before pod judging, okay? That's a big deal. 2020, Greater Overbrook, 12 saxophones, a few banjos, highest points they had scored since 1998 with a full band. That's a huge deal, okay? You've got to be strategic in your thinking. You can't just say we want to do this theme because we like it. You've got to have intent. You've got to know your direction, and you've got to stay on your theme line. All right? So that's my talk for today. This is what happens when you call me up to come help. We'll get you rocking. We're big thinkers, big vision, and yeah, you on paper your show will not be beat. So if you want to start taking your club to higher levels, reach out. Shoot me a text, email, whatever you want. I'll be there. We'll raise the bar. All right. Thanks a lot. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.